Hello students, we are learning the chapter 7, that is getting to know plants. In the previous classes we learned different types of plants on the basis of their heights and stem, and we also learned some of the parts of the plant. There are main parts of the plants like root, stems, branches, leaf, flower, and fruit. Out of these important parts of plant, we learned roots and stem yesterday. Today we are going to learn about leaf and flower. Today we are going to learn leaf. Leaf is the part of shoot system. Leaf arises from the nodes of the stem, and there are different parts of a leaf. Let us see. If you see the structure of a leaf, you will find the different parts of leaf like petiole, lamina, midrib, and veins. The part of the leaf attached to the stem is called petiole. The broad part of the leaf, which is green in color, is called lamina. This broad part can be called as lamina, and the lines in the leaf are called veins. In the leaves we can see many lines are there, and these lines are called veins, and these veins in the middle is called midrib. So midrib is maybe thicker than the veins. Lamina, petiole, veins, midribs are some important parts of the leaves, and you can see in this picture midrib and veins. Here veins can be arranged in a different way in different leaves. So the arrangement of veins in different ways and different patterns is called venations. The design of the veins in the leaf is called venation. There are two types of venation in the leaves. These are reticulate venations and parallel venation. Reticulate venation, we can see in this picture. When you see the design or pattern of the veins, you will find that these if you see these pictures of leaves, you will see the design of the veins or patterns of the veins in the leaf. It looks like the veins are spread along the leaf like a net, and this is called reticulate venation. So if design of the veins look like a net in the leaf is called reticulate venation, and such kind of venations are present in plants like rose, tulsi, banyan, and mango leaf. And the plants which have taproot system have reticulate venation in the leaves. Another venation is parallel venation if the design of the veins in the leaf is parallel. If the veins looks parallel, then it is called parallel venation. The leaves of rice, wheat, maize, sugarcane, grass, etc. have parallel venation, and the plants which have fibrous root system have leaves with parallel venation. The functions of the leaf. Leaf prepares food for the plant by a process called photosynthesis. The leaf helps in the exchange of gases between the leaves and the atmosphere. The leaves gives out water in the form of water vapor, and this process is called transpiration. What is photosynthesis? Photosynthesis is the process of making food by the plants. So plant makes their food on their own by the process photosynthesis. So the process by which green leaves prepare food by using sunlight, water, carbon dioxide and chlorophyll is called photosynthesis. So four raw materials, sunlight, water, carbon dioxide and chlorophyll is needed for the preparation of food by plants. Let us do an activity to show that leaf prepares food. Put a leaf in a test tube, pour some spirit into it as we can see in the picture. Put the test tube in a beaker containing some water. Heat the beaker till the green color from the leaf comes out of the leaf into the spirit. क्या करेंगे, एक टेस्ट ट्यूब में लीफ लेंगे, उसमें थोड़ा स्प्रिट डालेंगे और उसे एक पानी से भरा बीकर में डाल देंगे और उसे हीट करेंगे तब तक जब तक उसमें से ग्रीन कलर बाहर निकलकर स्प्रिट में नहीं आ जाता है. And after some time, what we will do, take out the leaf and wash it. Add some iodine solution to the leaf. And what will you observe? You will observe that it turns blue-black. This shows that in leaves there is starch. So a starch formation, that is food formation, has taken place in the leaves by using its chlorophyll in the presence of sunlight. So we can say that leaf prepares food. So leaf is called as the kitchen of the plant. Transpiration. Just now we have discussed the process by which leaves gives out water in the form of water vapor through the stomata is called transpiration. Stomata is the tiny opening present on the surface of leaf. Let us do an experiment to show that the leaves gives out water in the form of water vapor. For this, what we will do, we will select a herb which grow in the sun. Cover a leafy branch with a polythene bag and tie its mouth with a thread. After few hours, we will see water droplets are collected in the polythene bag. From where these water droplets has come? This water droplets has come from the leaves. Leaves has given out these water droplets in the form of water vapor and it condenses inside the polythene bag and converts into water droplets. So this shows that leaves give out water through leaves. And now another important part of a plant, that is flower. And the main parts of a flowers are sepals, petals, stamen and pistil. Parts of a flower: sepals. Sepals are leaf-like structures at bottom of the flower. Petals are brightly colored part of the flower which attracts the insects for pollination. Stamens are long, thin structure inside the flower. It has important parts like filament, long stalk-like structure, and at the top there is anther, and anther contains pollen grains, and pollen grains are the male gametes for the plants, for the flowers. The pistil, the fourth important part is pistil. Pistil is the innermost part of the flower, and its upper part is called stigma, and the middle part is called style, and the lower part and swollen part is called ovary, and this ovary contains ovules, and this ovule develops into seeds, and the whole ovary will develop into fruits. So these are the parts of plant. You can see the flower and you can observe and label the parts of the flower by seeing parts of a flower. Let's see, these are the petals, sepals, green part, petals, colorful part, stamen, pistil, and ovary and ovule. Ovary develops into fruits and ovule develops into seeds. Thank you and have a nice day.